It's...
Venti is large.
No, Venti is 20.
Danny.
Yeah. Large is large. In fact, tall is large, and grande is Spanish for large. Venti's the only one that doesn't mean large. It's also the only one that's Italian. Congratulations, you're stupid in 3 languages.
Honey, that's great coffee. It's
Smell good ground coffee.
Hey, here's your free cup of coffee from a lady in Rhode Island.
What?
I don't know why I get such dark amusement from the fucking clip. Good morning, guys. How are y'all doing? I see Das Wolfen and Mr. Tickletrunk are already here. D-Bud Martin is here too. Good morning. Good morning to all you guys. What a great morning. I woke up this morning way earlier than I wanted to because for some reason my brother-in-law started a gas-operated generator right outside my window. Scared the shit out of my dog. At like 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, what the fuck? They have no situational awareness. No one in this family. They just do things and fuck everybody else. Fuck them if it annoys them. I remember 2 o'clock in the morning one time, he was like revving his engine. We got houses around us. This is a nice neighborhood. They hate us. They hate me, even though they don't know me. They hate me because of my association with them. It's just like, I love Deanna, though. I fucking love her, but her sibling is fucking white trash. White trash. Nice guy in some ways, but anyway. That was my morning today. So I already got all my routines done this morning. There's like nothing left for me to do except for do the show and then go do artwork. So, Darius Munchausen here. What is going on? I'm bitching. I like to bitch. I was going to point out that we got some interesting news this morning. As you guys know, I have my private group chat with Midnight's Edge and Mikey Sutton, and Keith is in there too. Mikey posts this link, and I'm going to go share it with you guys real quick so you can see it. Click share screen. Boom. There you go. Rumor, Warner Brothers is scrapping all Superman projects to bring back Henry Cavill. And I've told you guys already previously that it is a fact. This is a fact that David Zaslav loves Henry Cavill. And when they say projects, they're talking about on the big screen. This means that, according to this rumor, anything JJ was planning has been scrapped, which I said was going to happen. I predicted that based off of all the intel we were getting through Mikey and through Midnight's Edge. So, I'll go ahead and read this. I asked Mikey, well, I'll just read this. I said, do your sources agree with this article? And Mikey didn't respond immediately. Instead, I got Andre. Says, good. Now let's kill JJ's Constantine. To which I responded, a fucking men. Then Mikey said, Humberto Gonzalez is the scooper for this article for the Wrap. But he continued, I am going to investigate. The JJ Soups, I said, was hanging by a thread to begin with. LOL. Zaslav, This is a Mikey quote. Zaslav really wants Cavill. And then Keith responds, let's see what Keith had to say. Definitely fallout from becoming Toby-less. Personally, I still believe there's a way forward that would allow Zaslav to get ahead in the overall scheme of things. There is still the matter of $250 million. So why not take JJ completely out of DC, which I agree, which would kill Constantine. Oh, his Constantine. Oh, just everything sounds awful from him. Which really wasn't something JJ wanted in the first place, and get him to create something original for HBO Max where nobody gives a fuck. That's my input. With the understanding that if this new project is successful, that a new deal could be reached that would include more projects and theatrical releases. And what Keith is saying here is JJ has to prove himself, not just put a movie out and then let the chips fall and collect his fucking money. I like this. It's like, if you want a continued deal, you better fucking deliver something that sells. No matter how one feels, Keith continues, damn it, stop talking, Keith. No matter how one feels about JJ, this is all still a game of musical chairs, and eventually the music is going to stop. The deal should be for all original IP from Bad Robot. Original. Not fucking touching anything that's fan loved. Keep those, here he goes, he says it, keep those arseholes busy with something that, you know, JJ wants badly. Yeah, so I agree with Keith there. And of course, Mikey and Andre. I don't want to share my private messages with them. But yeah, I think we're on the right path here. So let's get into this rumor. According to the Wrap, Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav is reshaping the studio's plans with Superman, a focal point for the studio. Fucking smart. Veteran studio chief Toby Emmerich was moved on earlier this week. He was fired very politely, but very forcefully and with great prejudice by David Zaslav. With Zaslav clearly pulling the strings moving forward, and according to the Wrap's DC Insider, I don't really trust him, Zaslav has instructed, and that is, of course, the guy that Mikey mentioned the name of. Let me say his name again. The insider here is Humberto Gonzalez. Zaslav instructed his team to scratch every Superman project in development and start fresh with Cavill. Bam, baby. That's what being buddies with the fucking Rock and having the same agent does. Reportedly, Zaslav wants to get a Superman movie off the ground with Henry Cavill the focal point of any plans to create a shared universe of DC characters beyond that point. Oh, my God. I just got a nerd heart on. Good morning, PJO. How are you today? We're going to see if I've missed anybody. Oh, Chris is here. Christopher, what's up, buddy? Yeah, we're going to look. We've told you that this Zaslav is going to finally right the ship over at Warner and get things back on track and hopefully fix DC Comics. And I do believe that Zaslav will fucking do it. I do believe in this guy. I believe in him the way Keith believed in Bob Chapek. When I told Keith, warned Keith, he's not what he appears. I'm telling you. And I was proven right that absolutely not a trustworthy dude, Bob Chapek. Useless motherfucker. Useless. Let's see. Hold on. Wait a sec. So both Warner and Marvel Comics had their heads fired, and Netflix is cleaning house. Don't forget, we're going to be losing Hamada here, I do believe, this month. So that will be an absolute cleansing of Warner Brothers upper management. Because you got rid of Ann Sarnoff earlier this year. Now we got rid of Toby Emmerich before Hamada, because we were expecting Hamada before Emmerich. But when that Ezra Miller shit blew up, Tubby was in trouble. And I told you about how David Zaslav, he moved his office onto the studio lot. He is there. So he just walks into fucking Warner Brothers whenever he wants to, and just was raging through the office, looking for Tubby Emmerich, gonna fucking push his ass in. So Gerry and Nerd Heart, it's called a raging brainer. I like that one. Gerry wants to recreate Rocky Apollo beach scene with Henry Cavill. Yes, I think the world could do with that. Because look, I like latently gay stuff. Where you have to go, hey, wait a minute, you're like, hey, wait. So from what we knew, Ta-Nehisi Coates, I can't pronounce that name, was writing a script for J.J. Abrams, which is going to be crap, produced Superman movie that was supposed to be all about Black Kal-El Kent, he was race swapping again, because there aren't enough black characters at DC that they could build on. They have to keep race swapping characters. That is so insulting when you stop and think about it, too, the black culture, that you have to give them scraps by race swapping characters. They have great fucking black characters at DC that they easily could fucking making movies about. Think I'm wrong? Iron Man. Iron Man was not the fucking lead Marvel character, and they fucking launched the MCU with him. Yeah. Now he's big. He wasn't always big. Yeah, he has no balls. He's definitely a cuck over there at Disney. So, man, people are fucking blowing up my messenger. What is going on? Oh, it's Keith. Keith's on a rant. Keith is on a rant. So let's continue with Keith.
That should be good.
Rant. Zaslav knows that if he can increase the amount of new original IP content, it will be a major boost to the overall value of Warner Brothers Discovery. Yeah, that's true. New original IP is the next great thing, and anyone able to have the most popular ones will be the next king of the entertainment industry. Very true. And this is a spot where they could actually really Chris, I did not put you in timeout. I'm not managing the chat. Martin is. Martin, did you accidentally put him in timeout?
No.
Yeah, he's asking in a private chat. He just messaged me. Yeah, I've not even touched the chat. New original IP is the next great thing. Yeah, be the king of the industry. So Keith's on a roll. Imagine that.
Wow.
Keith's on ranting. But you have not been put in timeout by Martin or me, so I don't know what's going on there. Let me. Oh my God, what else is going on? Yeah, that's it. I'm going to drop this down. So no, this likely wouldn't have any impact. Yeah, I've already said this, that this is all dealing with the big screen. Superman and Lois is a semi-hit. Fans like it. I like it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm absolutely all for Michael B. Jordan actually doing Steel. We need Steel, a movie about Steel. It's a great character. And it can, the problem is, of course, Superman is not dead now, but they could go back during the period that he was dead and have the origin of Steel start from there within that universe, the Snyder universe. Absolutely, I agree with you, D-Bud. Absolutely agree with you. And I know Keith would too. This could salvage not only the DC cinematic, it would possibly even save the comics. No, but I did. And I'm not aware of him having watched it. Let's put a phone call into him. Let's call Keith. Oh. And then I'll see if he wants to jump on the show here. 7232 to talk with me. So let's see. Let me go over here. Hit that button. Hit that button. Yeah, this is nice. Yeah. And then I find Keith. Oh, there's Keith. There's Keith. Oh. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Keith. And there's a lot of L's. K. There's K. All right. There's Keith. Dial. Put it up.
Hello.
Hey, Keith. I'm on the show, and so are you.
Oh.
Hey, I wanted to see if you wanted to jump on real quick and talk about stuff.
Yeah. I will be right on.
Yeah, let me send you an invite, and
Okay.
Inviting you now. I'll send it over on Facebook.
Okay.
Because I know you don't know how to use Twitter very well. All right, see you in a
Well,
minute.
I mean, given everything that's happening,
I
you
know.
know I have an opinion about it. So.
All right, buddy. I'll see you in a minute.
Okay.
So I'm inviting Keith on here. Let's get him on here. See, take this off screen because I don't want my private messages showing up. I am also talking with an actor friend of mine to come on the show. His name is Kevin Kepi, and he was just recently on a Disney Plus monster show. He is one of those people who is very tall, very thin, like the guy that was in, oh my God, Pan's Labyrinth, playing the monsters. And he's out there in Hollywood. He's getting jobs, man, playing monsters. He enjoys it. So I was going to try to get him on. And so we're working a schedule out to where he could come on the show with us. Don't forget, on Friday, we've got the lovely Sarah Frazetta will be here. And looking forward to that show, man. Really looking forward to that. It's great to have her back on. I'm hoping she'll be bringing some of her family.
Read that one.
If Gerry shaved, he would definitely look like an old lesbian with hippie hair. Oh. Monkey Jeebus. I don't know what to say to that other than fuck you. All right. Doug Jones, that's the guy. Yeah, thank you, Monkey. Is Brandon here? I didn't see.
Yes, he's.
There's Brandon. Okay, hey Brandon, what's up, buddy? And Decepticon's Cave is here. What's up? Wow, awesome, dude. This is a good morning. It's a good morning. I watched the new Orville, and I guess I'll wait till Keith gets here to talk about it just in case. But I will tell you that the wait was worth it. It's an hour and 9 minutes long, no commercial breaks. I mean, it was fucking full length. And there's a story there. And it's amazing how Seth MacFarlane gets it. And look, politically, we don't agree with each other, but damn it, I love what he does. Well, I'm letting my hair down today because I'm always wearing hats. I wear my hats because this happens while I'm talking. My hair ends up in my face. My hair doesn't obey like Culture Casino's. Culture's hair just always seems to stay perfect. Mine ends up drooping right in front of my face, which led to me when I was younger being called Boober by a girl because my hair would be covering my eyes. I had really long hair before I went in the army. We'll fix this shit. I can actually go to normal and just put on my headset to where you can't even tell I have long hair. So I'm going to switch audio to Yeti. There we go. And there we go. The Orville season 3. Hold on, I was reading it.
What?
I was reading it. The Orville season 3 is 10 1-hour movies. I fucking love that. I love that. They really put some effort into it. They changed Isaac's costume, his armor, robotic body. is upgraded. Everything's upgraded. The sets are amazing. And trust me, they really show off how much they did. It's just really fascinating what they've done with the show. And yet it's still at its core, it's this wonderful little character story. You know, you're following characters. We have a new character that I'm not sure what they're going to do with her. She's also manning the con with the redheaded guy. I always forget his name. The kid from Critters.
Gordon.
And because I always forget characters' names and the actors too. I was saving myself for Orville. I stayed up so I could watch it. I kept refreshing. I'd leave Hulu and come back until boom, there it was, and immediately started watching it. Let's see. Jacob is here. What is up, Jacob the Critic? How you doing, buddy? One of my other Vision Con buddies. I see something. It was Monkey Jeebus. Oh, Monkey Jeebus, you bastard. Scott Grimes, that's him. Fucking love that guy. Love that guy. Good morning, War Monkey. I got both my favorite monkeys on the show. There you go. War Monkey and Monkey Jeebus. The only other monkey I like, really, outside of the monkeys, is the monkey in the closet in Chris's bedroom on Family Guy.
Yes. Evil monkey.
Look, every time they do these, they're doing shows based on fan favorite characters. And then immediately when they start making it, who do they completely leave out of the process? The fans. Star Trek. Fucking Star Wars. And then if the fans rebel against them, we're toxic or racist or sexist or whatever the fuck they want to use as their fucking excuse of the week for not putting out stuff that the fans want. The fans want to watch the stuff that they fucking love. That's all we ask for. Give us the stuff we love. And instead, they give us their fucking version of it instead of delivering the actual product. Orville, he created a show that was a better homage to Star Trek than Star Trek, modern Star Trek. And on top of that, they managed to stay true to their own show. They don't play politics. When there's stuff in there that could be considered woke and or SJW, it's done in a way to where it's not obtrusive. It's in there, just like in real life. I wanted to watch episode 3 of Obi-Wan. Not to do exercise, but couldn't bring myself to do it. Yeah, I can't watch it. After I heard what happens in it, I'm like, I'm done.
You should watch it and make your own mind. I think it has been exaggerated. The episode is no good, by all means, it's no good, but it's not that bad.
It will be 10 years ago next year that we met, Gary. That's right. It was 2012. Or was it 2013? No, 2013 next year. That's right. I thought I met you in 2012. I met Keith, became friends with Keith because I knew him before, but we became friends in 2012. I existed before Evil Monkey. I'm a big fan of the evil pointing monkey from Family Guy. Yes, I am too. I fucking love that monkey, man. I like the story. I mean, every once in a while, we'll just kind of venture off into Monkey's life. It's just like, I fucking love that shit. He get a wife. Disney's ideology is about subversion. That's why they change or kill our favorite characters. Yeah, I agree. You're not going to get an argument from me. And here for the conversation is Keith. Here, see if I can put us in a different position so we can see better. No, that's not better.
No.
Put you back to the side. There we go. So I was talking about this thing that Mikey shared, and we've already gone through it pretty much.
Yeah.
But, I read your entire rant live on the show.
Look, it's just logic at this point. Netflix.
Hold on,
like
hold on before you go on your rant.
Don't get me started. Don't even get me started.
There you go, Keith. Now go.
It's like Gerry and I, you and I were talking about 2 years ago. Netflix spending all this money, you could only go so far, spending a lot of money and not having much in return, even though
because they were at $2 billion before they bought the studio.
Yeah.
And started producing their own stuff. That they went to $3.5 billion in debt. Now, a lot of people are telling me that's not a big deal, that debt's always there, but that's a big fucking mark that you like. How are you going to get that back?
Well, and the thing is, what makes it different is that unlike, say, Disney and Warner Brothers, they had other means of making money to cover that debt. With Disney, they had the parks. Warner Brothers had merchandising and all the other stuff that they had. Netflix had nothing. 2 years ago, it was Netflix, and they had all this debt. It's not like they had parks. It's not like they were selling that much in merchandising. So the big question became, how are you going to cover all of this debt? And eventually all that's going to come back to bite you in the butt, and it has. But then again, none of us saw what was going to happen.
Especially
with
when
Disney.
nothing that they created took off. Nothing.
Well, some things did, but like everything else, look, couple years back, 5, 6, 7 years ago,
Disney, what did they have that took off other than Mandalorian?
Oh, okay. But what I was getting to is
their shows didn't take off.
This is very reminiscent of what AMC and HBO went through, and having all of this incredible programming that people liked. But eventually you reach a point when you could see the end coming, okay? It is up to you to then figure out a way of keeping your audience by giving them something else to latch on to. HBO did a piss poor job in coming up with a replacement for Game of Thrones, okay? And AMC, they had, Walking Dead, which is still on, they have a spinoff show, but, they're not talking about it the same way they did The Walking Dead at its height of its popularity. You also had Breaking Bad. You also had, all kinds of stuff tied into what they were doing, which made them the talk of the town. You don't have that kind of buzz going on because people aren't really reacting to them the same way. And so the next big thing coming down the pike seems to be original IP. JJ, the reason why he took that deal with Warner Brothers was because he wanted his own thing after dealing with Paramount and CBS and basically getting his butt handed to him by Kathleen Kennedy, who was running Lucasfilm. He wants his own kingdom. He wants his own original IP to be able to make whatever he wants. The only reason why he was doing those DC-related deals at Warner Brothers was because it was to cover the ass of Toby, Ann Sarnoff, and Walter Hamada. The two big ones on that list are gone. There is no reason for him to continue going down this road outside of being woke, and I don't think woke is really that big of a reason for him. Okay? He wants money. He wants an empire. He wants to be George Lucas. And you can't do that if you're doing it with someone else's stuff who can still tell you what to do. So everybody wants that. That's the next big thing. Yeah. Original IP.
Hey, Jacob, that's the one you're talking about right there. That is also the one that Phil Morris bought for me. TV actor. By the way, if you're not watching him on the new Bosch Legacy series, holy shit. His performance this season was knocked it out of the park, man. Fucking amazing. But anyway, that's my Darth Maul artwork that Jacob's talking about.
It's great artwork. All your Doctor Who stuff is great too. Let me at least also say personally, as far as the Orville, damn, that was cool. More heart, better story in one episode than what we've gotten in the last year.
Did you watch the Orville?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because I wanted to talk about it today because again, Seth MacFarlane gets fans. You know, he delivers. He gave us a better Star Trek than modern Trek.
Yeah.
And then in turn, you know, we get this break that's supposed to come out, you know, in 2019, but instead they got locked down in 2020, and they took that year and their new money because, you know, they got a lot more, a better deal. They got a better deal.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so now we've got this show that's ramped up. The visuals in it are even better. The
God.
sets are amazing. And Isaac got an upgrade on his suit, you know, the robot
Oh
suit.
man.
They start in, they give us some great visuals. They show us, you know, look, we're at war now. We're at war.
Yep.
So we have fighters. I love it, man. It's a little Battlestar Galactica.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But look, they
So we
did a
get to
better
see-
job in this one episode than what we've had in the entirety of what we've gotten so far with Strange New Worlds
Isn't it
and with
amazing?
Discovery.
You know, and the thing that bugs me is there's such an anti-fan attitude over at Star Trek and Star Wars. They just
Mhm.
fucking hate the fans. You know, we made them their money. We're the ones who keep their lights on. You know, they think Disney pays us. Well, Disney is supposed to be paying you off the money they're getting from you, selling shit. And the fact is you're on fumes now. Kennedy knows she's running on fucking fumes.
Mhm.
That money is spent. And I'm looking forward to her fucking being gone. We're having, no, I'm not going to say it. I was about to say something really gnarly.
Well, here's the other thing. Take a look at these, you know, the people that actually do get fans. Again, as you said, Seth MacFarlane gets fans, but so does Jon Favreau, who is also one of the
He's a consultant
original
on the Orville. That's
consultants, producers, and as far as I was concerned, in the background, capable co-creators.
Look, every
of the
time
Orville.
we see Favreau being used properly, we get good quality entertainment.
Oh,
Iron Man, the first Iron Man.
yes,
We get the work he did with Mandalorian.
yes.
People like to blame him for Boba Fett. His name is all over it. But the fact is that was a punishment by the Star Wars writer group and Kathleen Kennedy for making the Mandalorian so fucking good and bringing Luke
Yes. Another name to add to that list of people who actually get the fans is Tom Cruise. You know, Tom Cruise had that
back.
video
Service,
statement.
crazy fan service.
Yeah, but he's been doing it his entire career. You know,
Amen, man. Everything. And again, I want to point out 4 fucking decades this guy's been a movie star.
He's
Top
59 years old, and he's still but instinctually he gets it. If you are an actor in Hollywood and you really want to know how to keep fans going, watch everything Tom Cruise has done when it comes to the fans. He gave an interview in Premiere Magazine that
we got some
nearly
people
won me
popping
over
in
for
here.
life.
Hold on, we got people coming in. I want to say hi to them. Hex Allen Comics, how are you doing? By the way, remember, that is Samuel Kirk, not James T. Kirk.
Yeah,
It's the mustache.
we call him Guy on the show.
Sam is Starfleet now?
I know. Look, this is not fucking canon.
He was a civilian.
I cannot fucking, it's not canon. So stop questioning stuff like that, Martin. Matt.
I didn't know I have seen the show.
Canon. It is not canon. They like to call it Prime. There's no such thing as Prime. There is
They
canon,
made that up.
and there is Kurtzman Abrams Trek. And the Kelvin universe, this is still the Kelvin universe. They can sit there and try to pretend it's not. It is. It is still following the same rules. And that's why it sucks. But anyway, he really is. Look, Phoenix, Flaccid Phoenix likes to make fun and say that, we consider him a god. We don't. I don't consider him a god. I consider Favreau a gift from God.
Well, he's like us. It's like if one of us got the opportunity to actually create original content and or play in it. Like, for
Well,
instance,
he's like
hey,
Seth MacFarlane, which is why they like working together, because they get each other. I don't think Favreau really likes working with Filoni, because Filoni is a corporate shill for whoever's in charge. He will follow whatever direction. Favreau is
He'll
Favreau.
give it up.
Favreau stays Favreau consistently. He never changes. He'll be nice to whoever's in charge, because it's the way he was raised. Be respectful. Be respectful to your elders, like Kathleen Kennedy, who's fucking old and needs to go away. God, it would be horrible if she had a stroke. I pray for her all the time not to have a stroke.
Look, I do not wish anything bad to happen to her. Because,
No,
you know, if something bad happens to her, then her and all her people won't learn anything.
Look, man, nobody learns anything. We lose this person with so much. I mean, her involvement was so essential in everything that has ever come before. I mean, we wouldn't have had Raiders of the Lost Ark without her.
Oh gosh,
I'm just saying, losing her would be just horrible.
We only have maybe a year with her. Literally, I think it's just gonna be until Indiana Jones 5 comes out, and then once that comes out, basically she's done, and she can hit the road and take all her people at the story group with her. Okay.
Look, we've talked about this, by the way. Keith and I have. Favreau's only problem is that he's a nice guy. It's holding him back from playing the Hollywood game well enough to get what he wants. He's a pro. Don't ever mistake that nice guy as not being professional. He's also very professional. That is the other problem, because he's working with a bunch of people who are not professional.
Like that. Well,
when I'm talking
a good
about
example,
the people above him.
Yeah. If you want someone who's the opposite number, the exact opposite number of Jon Favreau, that's Alex Kurtzman, because that guy is a double dealing, under the table,
backstabbing motherfucker. Who was his partner, and who did he fuck?
Robert Orsi, and Robert Orsi really was like us. He's the fan, and again, I'm not trying to
read Robert Orsi's version of Discovery.
Oh,
what are you doing? Go read it.
But the thing about Robert Orsi is that, much like what happened with Ronald D. Moore and Brandon Braga.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning, lovely Sherry. I'm seeing more people popping in. I want to make sure to always stop what we're doing. We got to pay attention to the chat, man. They are. I don't want to call them fans of us, because I think that's stupid.
Yeah, they're fans of yours.
But we got to look at them the same way Star Wars should look at the people who support them. These are the people that support us. And so I stop what I'm doing and will interrupt any discussion in order to focus who's in the chat and to say hello to them and thank them for being here, except for Darius Munchausen. Fuck him. Love you, Darius. I'm sorry. I'm just teasing.
Ultimately, I think when you are someone that gets it, it's possible to have a nice, long career. Tom Cruise gave an interview that was carried in Premiere Magazine, where he talked about how important it was to make sure the audience has the best time, that when they come to your movie, you owe it to them to make sure they get the most for the dollar that they spend, and to understand that when they have a good time, that means that you could be able to tempt them back to the movie theater when someone else's movie comes out. So it's not just about me. We need to, for every person that makes a movie that comes out in the theaters, it is up to you to make sure that the audience has a good time. And KK does not get. Oh,
and doesn't fall down a flight of stairs immediately after shitting herself to death. That would be horrible. That never happened. Amen, brother. I hope it.
She's almost out the door, people. I mean,
she is. This is her final year.
Yeah.
Look, the fact is, if somebody at Disney had the balls of David Zaslav, she'd have been gone a long time ago. And they should have offered someone like Favreau the deal. Favreau, yeah, he is a nice guy, but he's a smart dude. He's a smart dude that understands the IP.
Yeah.
And he understands how to create things within that IP. I mean, he and I'll give him Filoni some credit with this, but I really do believe that Favreau was the driving force behind Mandalorian.
Well, every duo you get, there's always one person who's better at business, and the other person is the actual geek and nerd who knows what they're doing. Whether you're talking about Ronald D. Moore and Brandon Braga for Star Trek, or Alex Kurtzman and Robert Orsi, or even Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. Jon Favreau is definitely the geek, the nerd. I mean, I know Filoni he studied at the knee of Lucas, but he's limited because he likes to play the game too. He tries to have it both ways, and you can't. Eventually, you have to make a decision.
Well, you've got this person, and people don't understand. I don't think Feige is as woke as the shows and movies are making it. I do believe that is Alonzo. I believe that she's pulling a lot of strings. And Keith and I have said this before, that when Feige goes, she's next in line. And if you think Marvel is woke as fuck now, wait till she's in charge. Remember, she's the one who wanted the word men removed from X-Men.
She's extreme. She's going to make Kathleen Kennedy. Oh, she's going to make Kathleen Kennedy look like, gosh, nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, geez. If she gets in charge, humanity will know nothing but... Oh, wait a minute. Where was that line from? That's from Highlander.
That can be only one.
She wins the prize.
Now, I'm going to go back because you brought up a name, and a couple of names, Ronald Moore and Brandon Braga. Now, Brandon has moved on to do Better Trek with Seth MacFarlane on the Orville.
Well, he learned his lesson. That's part of the reason why he's doing the Orville.
People don't understand what the connection between those two are. After they did their movie, Ronald D. Moore was promised the next TV project by Rick Berman and Brandon Braga. He was guaranteed the next TV show.
And he had already been talked. I was just going to say that Berman had floated the idea of going backwards with the next program, and he had already expressed it and told him that's the biggest mistake you could make.
Yep. Ronald Moore kept saying, "Do not go backwards." So there were Rick Berman and fucking Brandon Braga were like, "We're going to go backward. Fuck Ronald D. Moore and fuck our deal." And so this is literally how it happened. Ronald D. Moore leaves the office to go home, forgot something, came back to the office, and caught Rick Berman and Brandon Braga doing a creative production meeting for Enterprise, a new show that will not include Ronald D. Moore in any way, shape, or form, and not getting his promised manager job of being the showrunner. Also, doing the opposite of what he advised, which he said, don't go backward, because Enterprise is what really caused a lot of the problems we have today, where they fucked with.
That's right, because Berman was under the impression that the Star Trek fans at that point would watch anything they put out, and even if they made an episode that contradicted something that they had done earlier, that the fans would just go ahead and accept it. And Ronald D. Moore tried to tell him, fans aren't that dumb. You will get crucified if you start going back over even stuff that we've written. You can't do that.
So just to tell you, he caught them. There was no scene. He apparently just fucking left, and he considered that resignation or that he was fired. And he
wrote a nice letter. He wrote a really nice letter.
Yeah, somebody posted that.
He didn't name names. He didn't even talk about it, but he wrote this really nice resignation letter, and without going into details, pretty much just put it out there and left. And class act.
And what did he do?
Now,
he went and revamped
Battlestar Galactica
to be modern.
Yeah.
Now, some people say it's woke and that they swap things. Look, man, I don't care with this one because I thought they did a good job with it. Yes, I prefer Dirk Benedict as Starbuck. Yes, I preferred Jefferson as Boomer.
Heard, yeah.
But the fact is the show was good. It was well written, great characters. I got to admit, I prefer Adama on the new Battlestar to classic Lauren Green Adama.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a better written character.
Well, you want to follow him in the battle.
Well, yeah, Adama in the original series was really loosely based on what's his name
Moses.
from the Bible? Not Moses. Yeah, kind of Moses though, because he was leading them out. But he was also Abraham, you know, and so he was more of a fatherly figure rather than a tactical military guy.
Mm-hmm.
What Miller did is he made the show. I mean, what Moore did is he made the show military, and it brought excitement, better battles. Oh my God! And the effects were amazing. And I do like the Viper there. Oh, hold on. What was that? Excuse me. Some people call it woke because of the fact that they gender swapped two characters, but I was okay with it because I got to be honest, she's fucking hot. Starbucks is fucking hot. I still have a thing.
What was the other? What was the other gender swap character? I only saw Starbucks.
Boomer. Boomer was.
Boomer.
She was
a black man, and he became.
She was a race and gender swap.
Yes.
Yep.
So I think the show went off the rails going into the third season, and it just sort of fell apart for me. The first two seasons were outstanding, and the movie, I fucking loved it all. But that last season in particular, it was like we made ourselves. I'm my own grandpa. What the fuck are you saying? I just was dumb. I just was dumb.
You know, this thing here with Mr. Tickletrunk talking about Joe Carnahan.
Saying I'm misquoting the Bible.
Mr. Tickletrunk, you have a point. Joe Carnahan is one of the great unused resources who I think could do an amazing job. And if it were up to me, I would give Joe Carnahan.
Him working with Taylor Sheridan?
Oh, God. Can you imagine him doing the version that I talked to Script Doctor about of the DC comic property? Why am I thinking the Eternity Brigade? But Blackhawk. If he were to do Blackhawk, he'd be phenomenal.
Why do you got to bring Blackhawk into things?
Oh, jeez.
I swear to God, this is my show. But what about Sam Witwer, though? I don't understand. What were you saying about him?
Sam Witwer was in Battlestar Galactica.
Was he?
Yeah.
I don't remember him in there. What was he in that?
Oh my God, he was.
I just remember him in the Star Wars game. I remember him in.
He was a pilot.
The Mist.
Racetrack. I think he was.
Oh, and he was in
Really?
Smallville. I remember. Wasn't he?
Yeah, I remember him in Smallville.
Doom. Didn't he?
No.
Not Doom, but the one that kills Superman.
Doomsday.
Yeah, he was Doomsday. He was Doomsday in Smallville.
He was in 2 or 3 seasons of BSG. I can't remember his call sign. I think it was Racetrack.
I'm going to look it up real quick here. I just hold on. I'm looking it up right now.
You might be confusing him with the son of the actor who played Adama in real life.
No. That was Hot Dog.
All right, I'm going to IMDb. Hold on. Because I do not remember him in Battlestar at all. So I'm scrolling. I'm at Riverdale. Here, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Add screen. Here we go. Boom. Days Gone, Solo, Star Wars Story,
Crash
Star
Down.
Wars Rebels.
That's
Crash Down. Yes, he did. He was Crash Down. Okay.
No shit. I got to go back and watch that.
Yeah, Racetrack was
I don't remember him in there. Davis Bloom, which is Doomsday in Smallville. I enjoyed him in that part. He was an EMT. He played an EMT, which I liked. I thought that was cool.
He was in the first 2 seasons of Battlestar Galactica. And yeah, okay.
Holy shit! He was also in the Star Trek Phase 2 web series in Harm's Way, Guardian's Voice. That's cool. I got to go back because I have the entire 2004 series of Dragnet, both seasons, and I got to go check it out if he was in there.
Whitwer would have been a phenomenal cosmic boy if they had made the Legion of Superheroes movie.
There he
10
is,
years
right
ago.
there, Battlestar Galactica. So there's your visual confirmation. So yeah, what I was saying is, because currently I stand by this absolutely. I know some people don't agree with me, and I don't care. I'm right. Taylor Sheridan. Actually, I have a lot of people that know writing that agree with me. Taylor Sheridan is the best screenwriter working in TV today. And Taylor knows how to write men and women. He writes strong women that are actually strong, and shows how they're strong by how they work with men doing what's considered men jobs. I fucking love that.
Yeah, but why would you do that? Mary Sue's are better.
What the fuck are you talking about, Martin? Jesus Christ. Laughing motherfucker. I just realized I've got the shit talk live thing up. I better pull it down. On 50 minutes I've had that thing on. Here, put that one up. I don't know how to do my show. I don't.
Actually, you know what? Sam Witwer would make a really cool Mr. Miracle. I think he would be a really cool Mr. Miracle.
That's interesting. But I want to go back to Joe Carnahan because
yeah.
Two films that just kind of blew me away. One of them is Cop Shop. It's like a film that just got dropped and nobody watched it. And I'm like, God, man, this is a fucking awesome film. Do you know the film? It and Boss Level are his two most recent films, and I fucking love them. Cop Shot has Gerard Butler and Frank Grillo.
Yeah, okay.
And it's an action film. Let me see if I can find the trailer. Cop Shop trailer. Here we go.
Joe Carnahan would be perfect for Challengers of the Unknown.
And Boss Level. And if you've never seen Boss Level, oh my God, Mel Gibson fucking nails it. What a great film. It's Groundhog Day, violent version of Groundhog Day. Lots of guns. Lots of fucking killing people. Trying to figure out how to save the world, and he keeps repeating it over and over again. He's stuck in a loop. And really fucking good film.
Hey, good one, Das Wolfen. I didn't think about that. Sam Witwer as Scott Free with Gina Carano as Big Barda. That would kick so much butt. Oh my goodness, that would kick so much butt.
Wait a minute.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Go back to that one. What? When was he he was the voice on Clone Wars? I didn't know that.
Yes. I knew that.
I did not.
You know nothing.
Well, I didn't watch much of those shows. I did watch a little bit of Rebels. Now, Rogue One, I didn't know that was him that did the voice in Rogue One, but I do know that the actor who performed it in the films previously found out in a very bad way that he'd been replaced as the voice.
Kathleen, thanks.
Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy's a cunt. God, what a piece of shit.
Das Wolfen, you and I seem to be totally in agreement. A Mr. Miracle film with Sam Witwer in the lead and Gina Carano as Big Barda would be fantastic. I mean,
talk to Script Doctor, see if you can get in a room with somebody. I mean, I'm not guaranteeing what kind of room it is or who that person might be. Whore, crackhead, I don't know. But he might get you in a room with him. But
I've already talked to Script Doctor about Challengers of the Unknown, and that would be a fantastic film under Joe Carnahan. That would just be off the hook.
Here's Joe Carnahan's Cop Shop trailer, and we're probably going to get ganked over this. I'll delete it later. Thank God they at least had the hammer back on that pistol. Because, so often in movies, they'll have that hammer locked in. And it's like, that's a double action pistol. That's a hell of a squeeze to fucking shoot him before they knock that gun out of your hand. The odds are you're not going to squeeze that round up before they knock it out of your hand. But you pull that fucking hammer back, it's a hair trigger now. You just put a little pressure, and boom, it's done.
Well,
so, but I'm telling you,
see the difference? That is a psychopath.
Oh God, I fucking love this movie so much.
That's like John Wick meets Midnight Run.
Gerard Butler never got what he deserved. That guy is an amazing fucking actor.
If I were running things for DC Films, Gerard Butler, I would go ahead and sign him to be Etrigan the Demon.
Oh, that'd be a great casting right there.
I'm telling you, I could do this all day. There's an entire library of characters. I could do this all day without even touching Batman or Superman.
I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem. So here, I opened this up. So you just take a look at some of the stuff that he's been in. That people, first, I enjoy his Fallen films. I enjoy them.
Mm-hmm.
300 was amazing. His performance in that was just fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Law-Abiding Citizen, performance was great, just not that great a film. Greenland, underrated action disaster film. Really fucking good. Good performances by everybody. Den of Thieves, it was a very good film. It had some problems, but it was still a very good film. Great performances in it. I didn't watch The Ugly Truth. I'm not into romantic comedies that often. Phantom of the Opera, I watched because of my daughter. And he fucking sings. P.S. I Love You. Again, romantic comedy's not my thing. Hunter Killer was a good film. Good some hunt film. Geostorm, another disaster film that he did a good job.
I like Geostorm.
Yeah. Another great disaster film. Gods of Egypt was a huge fucking mistake, not his fault.
Yeah.
Cop Shop, great fucking film from last year. Absolutely. If you have not seen it, go fucking find a copy of this movie and watch it. The Bounty Hunter was a romantic comedy, but I did enjoy it because it's an action film too. The Vanishing, underrated, good performances based loosely on a true story. I'm not going to include dragons because that's CG. Gamer, it was fun. It was fun. It just had a lot of problems. Like, what's his name that plays Dexter was the villain in it, and I just didn't think he was a very good villain. Machine Gun Preacher, another true story. It's a good film, not great. Let's see. Let me get to another one where I'm going to skip that. There it is. This is the one. If you've never watched this fucking movie, get a copy of it. Rock and Roller with, oh my God, I can't think of her name. She's the one who just got fired for arguing with the lead actor in Magic Mike. She's in it. Just a great fucking film. In the vein of, oh shit. Let me just open the IMDb page. It's the classic Guy Ritchie, heist / criminals, the good guy film.
Yeah.
And
I'm older than Gerard Butler. I did not realize that.
Huh? How old is Gerard?
52.
Huh. He's born in 69.
Wow.
Just a fantastic actor who's never been used.
I need to take better care of myself.
But I want to see who all is here. Orville Nation is here. Orville, I wanted to invite you on the show today. Can you jump on just for a minute? Can you jump on? I wanted to talk to you about the Orville.
Yeah.
I absolutely fucking loved it. So did Keith. We loved it. Just love that show.
Raving.
The premiere. What a fucking premiere.
Oh. And to have seen that on IMAX the way that they did last week, oh my goodness, that must have been amazing in IMAX.
They brought snub fighters in. I'm like, hell yeah. I'm in. I'm pouring some water so I can stay.
They also brought in a lot of new talent behind the scenes. Doug Drexler, I think, signed on to work on the Orville this
Hey, I
season,
was worried
on
with
season
this
3.
new girl too, in the cast, and actually she's a good character. She's an interesting character. She reminds me of Scotty from Star Trek when Scotty had to deal with that alien. I can't remember what species it was that he had been in a battle and lost a bunch of his friends in the battle, and so he suffered from PTSD. What we know it today as PTSD. They used to call it combat fatigue. A lot of people don't remember that. Combat fatigue, it was called shell shock. There are a lot of little nicknames for it, but post-traumatic stress disorder is the final diagnosis for it. Post-traumatic stress and post-traumatic stress disorder, because they're different. They're from you can have PTS with PTSD clearly, but you don't necessarily have the disorder when you have PTS. Which is what I thought I had for years. I thought I just had post-traumatic stress, and then I found out, I got the disorders because of the way I react and feel, and how I go through things. Because I literally live through. You've heard me when I start talking about stressful moments in my life, and I start reliving it, and my voice gets really tense, and sometimes I even get loud. Relive the argument, relive the fight, but. I am going to Twitter right now to send Orville an invite. Orville, here is your invite. Oh, my God.
How about this one, everybody? Bill Skarsgård as the Creeper, a.k.a. Jack Ryder. I'm saying, I could do this all day.
Yeah, following movies with Butler. Yeah, I enjoy the shit out of those films. Always a topic behind the Peter Vickman fan side. They are here. What is up? How are you doing today, man? Good to see you. Definitely,
Sergeant Rock.
Orville, I hope you can jump on. I sent you the invite to join us. It's in Twitter right now.
Oh, Gerry, but I can't.
I really wanted to talk to you about the show because I was so blown away at how good it was. Well, damn it, are you free tomorrow morning? I want to get you on. Because once again, just like the thumbnail says, what did Orville get right that Star Wars and Star Trek keep fucking up is fan service.
Yep.
They don't understand how to please the fans. And it's really simple formula. Stop changing shit and stay true to the original stuff. Stop fucking
like
canon.
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise knows how to do it. He'll teach anybody if you're willing to listen to him.
Yeah, and look, don't misunderstand. It's well known that I consider Tom Cruise completely out of his fucking mind. He is completely insane. But that doesn't mean he doesn't know what he's doing when it comes to film. He clearly knows what he's doing. He's been doing it from the beginning. He does it right. But as a human being out in the world talking, he's fucking batshit crazy.
Yeah, there's only one person crazier than he, and he's the one running the religion that Tom Cruise is part of.
Exactly, Orville. Exactly. Telling a story, creating drama through the story. Instead of, saying
mystery boxes.
Because the thing I hate about Star Trek is they talk about feelings. They're always talking about how emotional they are. And, when they did that Discovery episode where they show that girl that's part cyborg suddenly becoming the threat, and they open with this almost like a montage of how close everybody is, when we've already watched all these previous episodes where she doesn't fucking matter to anybody. Suddenly this episode, she's important, and they have to shove all that into one scene instead of just doing that, building the character. That's how classic Star Trek did it. We didn't buy into Kirk's and Spock's relationship right off. We had to see it over time, and McCoy and the buildup and their banter. That's how you build characters. You don't just throw it on them all of a sudden and tell the audience through music and music cues and the look on people's faces how to feel. Nobody fucking cared. Nobody cared about that character when she was destroyed because she was
on the Orville. You can name everybody at the main positions. We're on season 4 of Discovery before they started doing anything to let you know who these people are. That's how they treat these characters. Okay, with both Star Trek and the Orville, and even Battlestar Galactica, you knew these characters. That way, you could form an emotional connection. It's kind of like when you were younger and you got sent to summer camp. If you remember your first time going to summer camp, you didn't know a lot of these kids you were going with. But guess what? At the end of 2 weeks, you're all friends. It takes time to build that, They just don't know how to do that with Kurtzman. I'm sorry, they don't.
Yeah, and I want to make sure that every episode I'm in and do, I should absolutely be working on my homoeroticism. So here's Miles Teller from Top Gun. Here you go. Boom, baby.
Ted Kord. Yeah, the one character that you will not see in the upcoming Blue Beetle film, even though you'll hear his last name. They decided to go with a completely made-up character who is the villain of the piece. And I've had enough. I'm done. And to me, that's another reason why Toby had to lose his job. That is just a dumb thing. It's dumb. It's stupid.
It's stupid.
Stupid.
That's like that taxi cab driver I had in 1977. He got us. I mean, they had the trash strike. They're having all kinds of problems with traffic in the city. And he got us to the airport on time. And he had this moment where he leans out the window and yells at this guy, "Hey, stupid, get out of the way." What? I called you stupid because you're stupid. Exact quote. And while we're on the way, he told us the whole story of the Son of Sam killer.
Wow.
And I'm like, I don't want to stay in the city. This place it smelled awful. My first experience in New York City, it was like garbage strike and fucking gas fumes, muffler exhaust, fucking trash,
buildings randomly burning,
and then being told about the Son of Sam killer, and I'm just like, Dad, can we get out of the city? He says, we'll get out of here when we hit the airport. Oh God. I was freaking out, 13 years old and freaking out. Let's see, what did he say here? I've been to summer camp, I think, or maybe it was one too many camp movies. But the Orville is done right, and it absolutely shames everything else.
Yes. And the thing is, it doesn't even have to be on purpose.
Star Wars should be ashamed of itself.
It's not even really on purpose so much as it's the love of Star Trek coming through.
Well, it's the love of storytelling. It's not like they're trying to do it for the fans. They're doing for the fans because they love doing the storytelling.
Yeah.
And of course, when you got like an organization called the Star Wars Writers Group that is filled with a bunch of people who actually don't know how to write Star Wars, what do you expect is going to happen?
That's technically what they've had for a long time with Kurtzman Trek.
Yes, it is.
You have to have a special class.
I wanted to stay on a little longer because I was hoping that we could get Orville Nation on here, but he's being a dick and says, "No, I'm saving myself for someone else better." He's busy, but I would like to get him on here. I really would. I'd like to, maybe even tomorrow, if you're free, man. I'd like to get you on the show to talk Orville because I fucking love Orville. Your Muslim uncle is here. What is up? Dennis McCullough and the Muslim uncle have interesting. Awesome One is here too. Yes.
The thing about Ted Kord, as a character is that that's the easiest way for DC to recreate the kind of relationship that the MCU had to create on film between Iron Man and Spider-Man. Okay? What you pretty much have is Ted Kord's like the nicer, good guy, just as smart version of Iron Man. And he has this younger man who has a natural ability and is attached to the Scarab. And to me, it's a film that writes itself. It's Batman Beyond without having to be in the future. You needed Ted Kord, and some dumb decided to write this movie without that. And Toby greenlit it with Walter Hamada's help. You're gone. If it were up to me, you're gone. All of ya. Out. You stupid.
Shit. Really? The fucking the bus driver slapped the man standing on the median that was in the way.
Oh, jeez.
Man, oh, man. Look, man, one of the things I learned in the Middle East when I was in Riyadh, sandals are a thing. It is an insult to hit somebody with your fucking sandals. And for typical military guys, we joked around and like use flip-flops. We'd fucking smack each other. Put a curse on you. But Mr. Tickle Trunk Hail, brother. All right. Good to see you, your Muslim uncle. And how is Turkey, by the way? How's it going over there? I know that there was a lot of tension over the last few years there. Come on, if you take your shirt off, Gerry. It drove Steven away, so I don't believe you.
You're right, Des Wolfen. Ted Kord is Batman without the psychosis, and Tony Stark without being an a-hole.
Well, I don't think Batman suffers from psychosis. But okay, I don't know what that meant. I might be reading into it more. Did you all see Top Gun at oh fuck yeah. Cruise did an opening monologue to moviegoers. Oh, that is
yeah. IMAX is the next time I want to see it. I want to see it in IMAX.
I do too. Yeah, okay, we're caught up. All right, so we've reached the end. I'm out of coffee. I'm now sipping on water. That's gone.
Everybody, you should at least own a copy of Real Star Trek. Okay, I'm serious. You should own a copy of Real Star Trek. Okay, I bought this used so that CBS couldn't use my money to make more Kurtzman Trek.
I'm going to go find something real quick because I shared this with some people last night. I wanted to share it again today. Here it is. All right. Open image in new tab. There you go. Boom. Got this yesterday. Share screen. Boom.
Wow.
It's not in great shape, but I wanted to read it. That's why I got it.
Yeah.
I like this line. Iron Fist Kung Fu blow destroying my armor. Great dialogue. Man, that's fucking badass.
That's when comic books were really fun.
My money is on they're going to
not
gender swap. They're going to race swap Iron Fist. They're going to do it. I can feel Feige is going to hire somebody for the new Iron Fist because Finn just wasn't the part.
Well, Finn didn't need to be hired, but I've already said what I had to say about Feige messing up one of the simplest things. Hey, there is no TOS. It's just Star Trek and everything else that has a colon. That's it. The rest is colon Trek.
Well, I do the same thing with Star Wars. Somebody says, well, which Star Wars? I'm like, the original Star Wars before it was named something else. I saw it in 1977. It's just Star Wars. Yeah, later it was changed to Episode 4, A New Hope. But that happened when it was in its third release, as I recall. Not the second release, but the third release.
Well, they ended up changing that because there are a lot of Next Generation fans that were confused. Let me help you out with that. There is no pre-generation. This is Star Trek. Next Generation is the Next Generation because that's what it is. Next Generation is called The Next Generation.
Yeah,
Deep Space Nine,
with Star
Voyager.
Trek, the first season was great. The second season was better. Third season had some great episodes, but overall, Gene Roddenberry had abandoned them because he saw the writing on the wall and knew that that CBS was going to continue the show. Which Keith and I have talked about, that if they had made the change in 1968 that they would do just a year later with the Nielsen ratings, Star Trek would have never left the air, because they started recognizing age group between 18 and 49.
And maybe they would have poured more money into it to give it the kind of visual effects that they were originally intending to have for it, that were a little closer to being like Forbidden Planet, which is what the show
had continued. And, it's every nerd's dream that grew up on Star Trek, that it had continued instead. But if it had continued, would we have gotten the animated series? No. Would we have gotten the movies the way we got them? No, I think that would have been completely different. I think they probably would have gone to film, but it probably would have been later. Mm-hmm. And I think it would have been in another shape or form if the show was successful.
Really, the entire thing came to, from ending its run on television to that first movie, technically that was all in almost 7 years that all that happened.
Yeah, exactly.
7 years.
By the way, Mark, it depends on the streaming. The 4K can be knocked down to low-end 1080p, depending on your streaming service, how you're getting it, your internet provider. And it sort of sucks. Ours sucks, Sparklight. So when I watch the 4K copy, and it's only available right now on Paramount Plus, you can watch it there. But the 4K disc will be available in September 21st, I think, is when it's going to be released. That's what I'm looking forward to, because I want to own it so I can actually watch it. Now, again, the human eye cannot perceive 4K. We can only perceive 2K. But it doesn't matter. 2K is fucking awesome. So 4K looks really good at 2K. But Mark, good to see you this morning, guys. Hey, do we have our list?
Yes.
Gerry for hire.
Yes, we have our list.
Very good. Those first 3 Star Trek movies really move my father. Yeah. Zoe, my daughter, became a fan. She's going to be on tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to having her on the show tomorrow. I got her to watch the Star Trek movie. She became a fan of Star Trek. Could not get her to watch the fucking series because it looked hokey to her. Once you see the films and you try to go back to Star Trek, having never seen it before, it's a different connect, and it's a disconnect for some people. But now that she's older, I want her to go back and watch the original Star Trek series and watch it.
Well,
really watch it.
At the very least, me trying to tell people that you need to at least watch Space Seed and then watch Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan to get the full story. Because a lot of younger people don't realize that is a movie that is actually a sequel to an actual episode from the original series. And if they've never seen the original series, they don't get all of the context. You have a better understanding of Khan and of Kirk when you watch Space Seed and then watch Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Trust me. If you know somebody that has seen Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, they can quote it, but have never seen Space Seed, tell them it's a whole different experience after you watch Space Seed. You get a lot more out of it.
Yeah, and the person you're talking about, awesome one, is Hal Sutherland. Hal Sutherland was the director of the entire series. He, Hal Sutherland's, it was his studio. And yes, he was colorblind. And so therefore, that's why we ended up with some really wackadoodle hot pinks and lime green colors on the animated series. It was really kind of weird, but we enjoyed it anyway. It's like, it's aliens, so maybe that's what things look like in an alien world. I don't know. I don't know if she is. I'm going to talk to her today, probably after the show. I'll probably give her a phone call. I'll give her a phone call, as my sister would say. I don't worry about 4K. Well, it doesn't. Yeah, because once again, I keep telling people 4K. Why don't they just release it in 2K? Because that's what the human eye actually can see up to. That is the highest level the human eye can perceive is 2K. 4K makes no fucking sense to me. It's like,
we still have 8K.
I'm going to give you like a giant cake, but you're only going to be able to eat half of it. What, I can't have the other half? No, you can't perceive of the other half. The cake, so you can't eat it. That's what it's like. I want the whole fucking cake. On my birthday, my daughter made me a cheesecake. I was afraid of members of the household eating the cake. So I took it up in my room and I fucking ate the whole fucking cheesecake. Because I didn't want to share it. It's my fucking birthday cake. I don't want people eating my fucking birthday cake. It's mine. My daughter was allowed to have some, as well as her boyfriend, Hunter, but not nobody else. Nobody else.
Dennis, good job.
What's
good
that?
job. You've done your job as a father.
Yeah, and what? I failed? Fuck you, Keith.
No. Look, all of you who are going to be watching the show tomorrow when Zoe is on, you'll see what I mean. She is an incredible young woman, okay? This guy raised her, okay? And, wow.
She's a little dork. She's a little nerd. And she's so fucking awesome. And I poke fun at her a lot. To her, I poke fun, at her, to her face. And I've always raised her to have a healthy sense of self. And so I was always reminding her by doing little things like, my God, Zoe, you're so gorgeous. How do you pull it off with that big nose? I don't know. And she go, Dad. Dad. I also really prey on her about her shortness. I went, wow, where did this come from? This shortness. All the people in my family are tall. Nobody in your mother's side of the family is as short as you. What happened? Maybe it's a birth defect.
Oh.
I love my daughter so much, but I like fucking with her. It's just, well, you guys see it. I fuck with all you guys, so
yeah,
that's true. Cake, Gary. It's cheesecake. Fucking cheesecake. No, that's mine. No. People who know me, I don't fuck around when I'm eating cheesecake. Don't get near it. I will fucking gnaw off an arm if you come near my fucking cheesecake. It's like I go back to army eating. Army eating, man. When you're in the army and you eat, crazy. You get in the chow hall. You have 10 minutes to down your food and get the fuck out of here. Get out of my chow hall. And then you're like in the line for like 10 minutes to get your food. You get your food, you're sitting down. Everybody does this. They put one arm on one side of the tray, leaned over the food, and you just shovel it in real quick. Eat everything. And it's a habit that fucks with you when you become a civilian again. It really fucked up my eating habits. It's one of the things I wish I wouldn't do in the military is force you to eat quick. Because it's not healthy for you. You should process the food, eat it slowly. But man, they want you. It's the whole thing about knocking you down to build you back up thing. And but some of the stuff I think is fucked up. And I will tell you, to this day, jumping jacks should absolutely be outlawed. They are terrible for your body. They cause compression injuries, spine, knees, ankles, hips. They're not good for you. There are other calisthenic exercises you can do that are better. My dad and bro love Star Trek. I, however, don't care for it, but I get the premise. I'm sorry. I have a problem with it. No, I don't. Let's get through the chat real quick here. Definitely Keith. Yep. However, storyboard artist, character designer Bob Klein laid the blame on color director Irvin Kaplan. That's true. because he was also he had trouble with color blindness, as I recall too, and or because I can't remember the story exactly. It could have also been the fact that Sutherland was in charge of everything, and he would want colors, and then Klein would put them in, or Kaplan would put them in. I remember the old episodes with Khan. In all honesty, the movie was a sequel to it. Yeah. To be honest with you, Star Trek: The Motion Picture is practically a reboot of Space Seed. Not Space Seed. I'm sorry. What was The Changeling?
Yes.
The Changeling. Just a classic fucking episode. What is that? Something, cake, and a knife. I don't know what
Nax.
Oh, it's an axe. Okay.
War cake. Cake wars.
Look, jumping jacks are bad for you, Sherry. They're just bad. It caused so many stress fractures to soldiers on a regular basis. No other thing, when you're in fucking basic training of the military, the only thing that causes stress fractures is fucking jumping jacks, or as they call them, the side straddle hop. They also don't call push-ups push-ups. I don't think it's ever been called anything other than front-leaning rest position. Front-leaning rest position, move. There we go, you. 1/4 turn to the right, move. And you do it in your 1/4. Drop. Beat your face. And there's no such thing as drop and give me 20 in the Army. Nobody ever said that. Drill sergeants don't give you a number. They don't want you to know how many push-ups you got to do. They don't want you to know. And as one drill instructor who completely wrecked me once because I refused to let him wreck 2 of the guys in my squad unless he wrecked me with them. And he was like, oh, really? He actually said it just like, oh, really? He says, you guys go on to the barracks or you can stay and watch. And he put me on a hillside. He made me do push-ups and setups. He made me do push-ups against the hill, downward. So all my weight was on my arms. And then roll over and do setups against the hill going upward. And he fucking destroyed me, man. He smoked my ass. But I refused to give up until my body caved in. I couldn't do anymore. My body, I couldn't even get up. I had done so many that I couldn't walk. I couldn't get up. And the guys had to carry me back in the barracks. And they were like, fuck, man, you're crazy. Why'd you do that? He wasn't going to trash you. And I'm like, I'm not going to let you guys had permission. I got angry because he had countermanded a direct order from my senior NCO. And I was given permission to take anyone I wanted. And he goes, well, I wasn't told that. And I'm like, I was told that. That should be enough. I'm not going to lie to you. But, well, that's the military for it. It's the only time I ever got smoked in the Army. I got smoked because I wouldn't let them smoke my guys. Instead, I let them smoke me. I have a loyalty thing. Keith knows it. I'm very loyal to my friends and people I care about. Magitech's here, Max. What's up? Gab Stargate's here. Look, man, you guys get here earlier. It's 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, motherfuckers. I love
11
you guys,
Eastern,
though.
9 Mountain, so
8 Pacific Time.
Yep.
Or as my daughter, my stepdaughter says, specific time.
How is Miss David doing?
She's doing okay. She's enjoying it down on the farm. They killed that snake. It's fucking awesome. Would you say? Oh, your timing, right? Your timing sucks, Magitech. 12:33 Eastern. Wait, no. It's an hour difference, Sherry. When I start the show at 10, so you're at 11 a.m. is when I start the show Eastern time. You're looking at the time now. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, that's the time right now. I sleep at 4 a.m., get up at 11 a.m. God, I miss those days. See, Rob, oh man, what is up, Rob Altus? What is going on? Planet of the Apes, man, one of my favorite films of all time. You need to, Rob. You need to get a monkey in your name so you could be my third favorite monkey.
But
No, seriously, because we got War Monkey and Monkey
Speaking
Judy.
of monkeys,
Everybody wants to shock the monkey. Hey. Gary, I was up till 3 watching the premiere. I was too. And I was rudely awoken this morning way early because for some reason my brother-in-law decided to start a generator right outside my window. Fucking startled my dog. She jumped up like, what the fuck's going on? She's like looking around like, what is that? I don't know what that is. And I'm like, that, my dear, is the sound of an asshole. Cavatino Cavalryman Che. Wait, what did Che say? Let me get to that. Yeah, 0934. Yeah. The wake ups were always fun, you know. They never did the trash can thing. They would just come walking into the bays for the other guys and then into the private rooms for us squad leaders. And you went, get up, reveille. And then we'd have to get ready and you had to be ready in 5 minutes, really. 5 minutes and downstairs in formation, or you're going to get fucked with. Let's see, better than being woken by a man over. I got to tell you, I was on fire guard one night. This is one of my favorite stories from the Army. I was on fire guard one night, and you're awake, and your job is to walk up and down the hallway to make sure there's no fire. You got a big old fucking military fire giant water bucket, and it's full of sand, not water. But then there's also, all the fire extinguisher, and there's also a hose that you can break the glass on and pull it out. So you got everything you need to put out a fire. And our job is walk by, and we've got our little red filter on our Army, flashlight, shine in the room, make sure everybody's in bed. And I walk by this room, and I look in, and I see a pup tit popped up on the guy's blanket, and he's completely covered head to toe in the Army wool blanket. And you could hear when I approached the room that he was jerking off under the blanket. And I shined the light on him, and he stopped. And I just stood there for a second and went, yeah, I know you're awake, and I know you're whacking off, dude. Stop that shit. Do that in the bathroom, motherfucker. Filthy.
Waxing poetic.
In your bed. That is so gross. And it just was real quiet. I knew what he was doing. And went on. I watched episode 3 to Kenobi yesterday. It was bad. Like, I didn't think it was possible to be worse than Boba Fett. Bad. Yeah, just look, man. There's zero fan service coming from Star Trek or Star Wars right now. They're lost causes. I know that Matt and Dork Knight like them, but I'm not saying that they're not discerning, but they're not discerning like we are. We're discerning in a way that they're not doing, because they call bullshit on Obi-Wan Kenobi for the exact same thing that we call bullshit on with Star Trek, Strange New Worlds. And I get sick of the fucking in-your-face bullshit fake feminism. It's bullshit and it's fake. And
Capital F.
It's done specifically for virtue signaling, and that's all it's about. It's Kurtzman virtue signaling and what's his name? Whatever his name is, it runs the show. Akiva Goldsman, fucking garbage writer. I won an Oscar. Yeah. There's a lot of stupid fuckers out there that won Oscars. They lucked into them, like you. That's why they call it wanking. The wank, 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 wank. One of my best friends in the Army, Julio Gonzalez. Fuck it, I can't find him. A lot of my Army buddies, I have friends on they're on my Facebook page, except for him. I don't know where he is. I was worried that he might have got killed in the war. I have no idea. I can't find him. I used to have everybody's social security number so I could find him. That got lost in my divorce when I was in the Army, and tried to find him. And we were out doing guard duty actual guard duty. You were out in a fucking cow pasture on 2 folding aluminum chairs. In a cow pasture. With cows. And we just sat there. We could not leave that spot until we were, first general order. I will not leave my post unless properly relieved. And so I'm sitting there with him, and we're talking about our girlfriends. And it goes into starting to talk about like how we look, like God, the way they were with sex, and going into great descriptions of it. And then as we went on for about 5, maybe 10 minutes talking about this, he suddenly says, "Hey man, I got to go take a piss. I'll be right back." And he disappeared, and he didn't come back for 20 minutes. And finally, he shows back up. And I said, "You get lost?" He goes, "No, man, I'm sorry." He says, "Thinking about sex with my girlfriend got me horny. I went over there and beat off." And I said, "In the same field that I'm sitting in?" He said, "I went way over there, went in the open." I know. So that's fucked up, dude. You basically beat off in the same room with me. It's the same difference. Don't do this, Julio. And he just started laughing. Army life. A lot of whacking off in the Army. Yeah, I'm gonna doing this specifically because some of you guys rolled in last minute, and I just feel like I want to give you guys some fun before I leave. Been having a great time around the web and review sites like IMDb, seeing all the reactions to Kenobi and different reasons why people dislike it. What I love is how you've got these paid shills on Twitter that are attacking people who are talking against it. And again, not on my page. I post negative shit, and now Dork Knight says that he sees negative stuff being said to me all the time, but I tend to ignore people. I don't. If you're not a friend of mine, I don't give 2 shits what you think of me. I really don't. But Secret Service, Gary, whatever, dude. Hopefully he didn't take his own life, Gary. Just say, look, Julio was a very strong dude. He was just the best, man. I have a favorite photo of him where he's talking on the phone with and I walked in, I yelled, and he's standing in his boxer shorts, and the photo is of him in his boxer shorts, talking to him, but I shot from the waist up, and he's sitting there talking to his mom, and I said, "Hey, Julio, who are you talking to?" He says, "I'm talking to my mom," and he puts it against his chest, "Talking to my mom, man." I went, "Oh, cool." He starts to lift the phone back up, and I said, "If you're talking to your mom, maybe you should take your hand out of your fucking shorts. Stop playing with yourself." And I mean, dude. He was Cuban. He had a weirdest accent. It was Hispanic, but it had a mixture of Chicago in it too. And he lived in Texas, so he was Cuban and had that Latino Cuban accent, and he had a Chicago accent mixed into it. And then he was in Texas. It was weird, really had the oddest accent. Fucking best dude, man. My best friend in the Army. Let's see. Hold on. I was going on to something else. Oh, Pacific 414. Showing up late again. Everybody's showing up right at the end of the show. Makes me sad. Because I don't want to leave when they come, but I have to go. I have to do artwork today. Plus, I need to call my daughter. And Keith needs to go back to sleep because he worked all night. And thanks for dropping in, buddy. We got to. Hey, you guys missed it. You missed the Keith rant. Yeah, Keith ranted. Yeah. And this is even after I read one of his rants from a private conversation with Mikey Sutton and Midnight's Edge.
Andre and Tom and Paul.
Yeah. Someone got mad at me for saying that the JJ films weren't suddenly good after their Chekhov died, and he deserved to be remembered for better films. I don't understand the word suddenly there. I'm not sure I understand the word suddenly because I didn't think they were good from the beginning. What I loved about the films was the casting. I thought the casting was done perfectly. The problem was the writing didn't fit Star Trek. It wasn't Star Trek. It was Star Wars. And that's all JJ fucking knew. The problem is he doesn't know Star Wars the way we thought he knew Star Wars. I thought for sure that guy was going to make Star Wars awesome again. And but he didn't. He didn't. We used to yell, "Get that dick out of your ass," when someone was talking with their mother on the phone. Yeah, you got to fuck with them. You got to fuck with your friends when they're on the phone with their mother. But I'm going to go ahead and I want to thank everybody that's here. Thank you, Martine, for giving me my list. Keith is falling asleep. Don't wake him up.
Yeah.
Chad, be quiet.
Shh, I'm reading my phone. Oh, I mean, I'm asleep.
I want to thank Awesome One. Brandon, the anime guy, dropped in. It was really good to see him. Say G.A. Bat Punk. Chris from Moonlight. Chris, a good friend. I don't know. I'm sorry about him getting timed out. I don't know what brought that about. Thank you, Darius Munchausen, Das Wolfen, D. Bud Martin, Decepticons Cave of Villains, Dennis McCullough, Gap Stargate, Hex Allen Comics dropped in. It was good seeing you. Jacob the Critic, Kingsport Cal. God, man, I'm tongue-tied today. Mark D with a C, Marcus A, Monkey Jeebus, Mr. Tickle Trunk, Orville Nation, Parrot Head, PJO, The Dork Knight, The Lovely Sherry, the Peter Vinkman fan site. And where do those stairs go? They go up.
They go up.
And my other favorite monkey, War Monkey. And then, of course, my favorite Muslim, your Muslim uncle. Even though I also love Cameron Pasha. So he's my other favorite Muslim. Now, Fahim is a close friend of mine, but a lot of people don't know this. He is not Muslim. Fahim Fasli is Christian. It shocked me when I learned that, too. And then Magitex is here, Cavatino Che, Rob Altus, and I think I got everybody. Did I get everybody?
Yes.
I think so.
I hope so. I don't want to miss anybody because I love you guys. Awesome one, man. I'm glad you dropped in even at the end. You guys are great. Thanks for being here. And, it seems to be the going thing now that we're all doing a version of Andre. And with that, because he's awesome. Fucking Andre is awesome. I did make fun of him on Tom's birthday thing the other day, just to let you know that during his birthday bash, Andre just sat there for like the longest time not talking. And I said, Andre, are you even here? He said, I'm quiet. It's your show. You're technically supposed to be the host. But I know this is weird for everybody to have Keith on the show and doing the outro. So I am going to create an outro just for the morning show. I'm going to keep doing the show. I enjoy doing it. It's my little thing, a little corner of the internet where I get to hang out with my friends, drink some coffee, do some soft NPR talk. Yeah.
And share your fifis.
That's really good coffee. That's really good.
Post-verdict.
Yeah, post-verdict. Also, I want to give another shout out to the excitement that all of us had to yesterday with Johnny Depp winning. Even though the amount of money got dropped drastically because of limitations for the specific payout, which was originally, I think it was $5 million. It got knocked down to $350,000 or $375,000, with a huge fucking drop. So he should have walked away with closer to $13 million after he had to pay her $2 million, but it got knocked down to $8.7 million. Either way it goes, he is the victor. He hurt, and I think it just like everybody said, Culture Casino, Matthew Kadish, everybody, we all kind of agree that this has sent the Me Too movement down the drain. It's going to kill it because we completely showed that you can fucking put these people to task in court, and you fucking say these things that you say in a public forum, published, it becomes libel, and you can get fucking sued for it if you lie and can be proven a liar. So there you go. Can't prove that somebody did something to you. You better hope they can't prove that they didn't do it. That's all I got to say. Me Too. That's your warning. That's a shot over your bow. Johnny Depp. And then, of course, goodbye to fucking Toby Emmerich. That cocksucker is gone. No, he did not step down. Am I not correct in that, Keith?
You, sir, are correct, sir. He was kicked the F out.
Yep, they said pack your bags, take your whatever they owe him to close out his contract. You're fucking gone. Get out of here. Don't let the door slap you on the ass on the way out. And with that, I bid you all a fair adieu. Good morning.
Just like a certain Marvel professional left the other day on his own. Oops.
Yeah, so I bid you all a fair adieu. Diddle cakes? Fuck no, I eat cake. God damn it.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Pop Culture Minefield. If you've enjoyed the show, please make sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell icon for updates on our shows and channel. Also, please leave a comment, and we'd like to know what you thought of the episode, as well as letting us know
Adios,
if
love
there's
shirt.
something you'd like us to cover in a future episode. Don't forget that you can become a member
That's right,
of Pop
Jay.
Culture Minefield now. Make sure to visit our membership page and merch store at popcultureminefield.com. You can always find Pop Culture Minefield on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram,
And you
YouTube,
guys are always
and
welcome
Twitch.
to send me cheesecake. It's got to be the sugar-free kind.